Hello, friends. Welcome to Time Out with Noelle Janae, a podcast about Christianity and other life topics. I'm your host, Noelle, and thank you so much for timing out with me. Here's what you can expect from today's podcast. I'm gonna croak. Second time this recording has gotten interrupted. I'm very upsetty spaghetti, but it's okay. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope the end of the semester has been fantastic for you. I hope you've been able to finish strong this semester. I hope that your Thanksgiving was great. It was just my mom and I for this Thanksgiving. Because of COVID and everything, we had to cancel our big family Thanksgiving just to keep everybody safe. So it was just my mom and I. We always go all out for any holiday, really. So we had a 13-pound turkey, we had ham with my mother's orange juice and brown sugar glaze. Praise the Lord. We had dressing and stuffing. We had mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, green beans, and I think that's it. Oh, and rolls. Yes, rolls. Sister Schubert's, to be precise, because those are the only ones allowed at our dinner table. But today, I want to tell you a story about the end of my semester, which was a mess. So, the last place we left off, I was giving you guys a life update where I've been, and then I missed an upload, and I have a reason. I was in quarantine. I was very sick, but I did not have COVID. Now, how did I get into quarantine, you ask? Well, let me take you back to 3 weeks ago, I'm guessing now. I woke up, I went to bed feeling sick on a Wednesday. I missed church because I had a really bad headache and I had like a sore throat and stuff and a runny nose and all that. And I was going to go to the health clinic in the morning to get them to prescribe me some antibiotics because I knew that I had bronchitis. Because one, I have chronic bronchitis. I get it at the drop of a hat. And two, this is the season where I get it the most. And I always get it towards the end of finals. And I had my jury to do in that next week. So I needed to be well and whole to do my jury. Well, I went to the health clinic, and instead of them listening to me and to what I needed, they said, "No, you're wrong," to the person who has lived in this body for 19 years and who has been diagnosed with chronic bronchitis for a good 12. They said, "No, you're wrong, and that's not what you have. You may have COVID." And I said, "No, I don't." And they said, "You're going to get tested, and then you're going to be put into quarantine." And I was like, "Fine." So I went back to my room. I got a bag of stuff, got my schoolwork, got my toiletries, got everything I needed for at least 2 weeks of quarantine. And I went to my hotel. The hotel was kind of disgusting. It was actually a motel, and the only company I had was me, myself, and I, and a nice family of bugs on the window across the room. Yeah, not the best. And, but I am very thankful for my school that they put us in a hotel free of charge, as just a preventative measure. So I went to bed that night. The next day I got up. I went and I got my COVID test. It wasn't as bad as I originally thought it was going to be. Super easy. I was in and out in about 20 minutes. I was on the phone with my mom the entire time. And I went back to my room, and they told me, 3 to 5 days, you should get your results. 7 days later, I went to bed, and I woke up, to a negative test result. Now, why did I have to wait 7 days, you might ask? Well, with the rise of COVID numbers, everybody was rushing to every COVID testing center to get a test done. And they have to send them all to Nashville, and then they send the results back. So, it went to 3 to 5 days to 5 to 7 days. Okay. My recording got cut off because these robocalls are calling me every 4 to 5 minutes, and it's so annoying, and I block every single number, but they just keep calling on a new one, and I can't, unsubscribe from their calling list because it's stupid. But anyway, where was I? I don't remember. COVID test. Yes. So it took 7 days. And during those 7 days, I did schoolwork. I FaceTimed my 2 best friends, Cruz and Talia, every day. I found out how much I actually like people and need people around me, because I'm not as introverted as I thought I was. My mom had already told me that, but I didn't believe her. I texted my friends Bryson and Caleb a lot. Alma checked on me. I watched the series finale of Supernatural. Do not talk to me about it. I am still recovering. I cried a lot. It's okay. Not really. I'm angry. I worked on some blog posts. I vlogged a little bit. I did nothing. And the whole reason I was worried about being in quarantine was because I was in quarantine for the first 2 days of finals, okay? And I had a final project for music technology, okay? And I didn't know if it was going to get done or not. And I was very scared because it was a project I was actually excited to do. Because we're working in this one program called Pro Tools. It's like GarageBand or Logic, but more professional and super annoying sometimes. And we were supposed to make a song in it. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. So I was very scared. But I got out just in time to do it. And I presented it. And it went pretty well, considering the fact that I only had a few days to do it. And my professor was really actually kind of impressed, because he was like, I mean, going from not knowing if you were even going to be able to be here to do it last week, I'm pretty impressed. So that was really fun. But also, I had music theory, I had theology, I had a bunch of other stuff to do, and I was in quarantine, and the Wi-Fi was crap. So that was not fun. But I rested. Not really. I didn't really rest. I just slept a lot. Because my body gets so tired when I'm sick. I can't physically do anything, hardly. I did get some stress pimples. That was not fun. But I had brought my face wash. So I washed my face every day. And I was very proud of myself. I took a lot of baths because I had a bathtub in my hotel. So that was really nice. I texted my brother some. I talked to my mom, like, every 20 minutes. Yeah. That was pretty much quarantine for me. Just really lonely. I cried, like, every day. But it's okay. I cry every day anyway. But all of those were sad cries. But it's okay. We're doing better now. So yeah. And then I got out of quarantine. I was able to do all my finals. And I think I finished off the semester kind of strong. I wasn't able to do my jury because I was in quarantine the day of my jury. So I'm actually having to do it in January, which is my jury is basically like my final for my voice lesson, since I am a music major with a voice emphasis. I have to take like private lessons and stuff. And so that's in January. Not excited about it. And then what else? Yeah, I went home the day before Thanksgiving. It's just weird. And then, this is the hard part. The Monday before I left, so like I left Wednesday, and then 2 days before that day, my grandma Elsie passed away. She wasn't my biological grandmother, but she was definitely like my grandmother. When my mom and her siblings were growing up, there were 3 women, and they were called the Three Amigos. That consisted of my granny, my grandmother, Grandma Elsie, and then my abuela, Abuela Torres, Stella Torres. And they were the 3 amigos. They all raised their kids together, and they were all best friends. And so, my grandma Elsie is the first of the 3 amigos, has passed away. And that was really hard. And then the next day, I'm finally able to talk about this. My friend and choir mate, Najeem Roberts, he passed away in a car accident. I remember Tuesday night, we got a text from our director via our president to get on a Zoom call. And we did, and it was her telling us that Naj had passed away. And like, Naj was the worship leader for... I'm gonna croak. Like, second time this recording has gotten interrupted. I'm very upsetty spaghetti, but it's okay. But I was talking about Naj. Naj was the worship leader for the EVS worship team, and he was a friend, somebody that I looked up to. We definitely had our differences, but I really did love Naj. He was fantastic, a fantastic person, and now he's up leading the choir, I can imagine, in heaven. But it's hard losing 2 people who are important to you in very different ways, literally 24 hours between each other. So that was very difficult, and it still is. Grief is something that I'm dealing with still a little bit, just trying to march and go through, and get out the other side well. And so that was not how I expected the semester to end. Let me just say that. I don't think anybody expected this semester to end like that, or 2020 to end like that. So yeah, that was the end of my semester, and then the next day I went home, and then that Saturday, we came and we had Grandma Elsie's funeral. And then we went down there for the day Saturday. And then we stopped by my grandparents and visited with them for a little bit before the rehearsal. Because my mom, her sister, my auntie Roxanne, and our friend, they're like old friend. They've been, the whole family has been friends with him forever. But my Uncle Michael, they all did the music, and I got me some pineapple tart, I got me some coconut bread, I got me some turkey hash, and I got me some fish cakes. So I was a very happy girl. If you know me, if you didn't know, my family's from the Caribbean. So I mainly grew up in like American culture, but I've always had a little bit of Islander in me, I guess. I don't know. But like I'll say some stuff in front of some of my friends from like the Bahamas or like Haiti or something. They'll be like, "You know about blah blah blah." I'll be like, "Yes, my family is from the Caribbean, if you didn't know." Which is actually kind of funny because I'm recording at my desk right now and I have a little bracelet in the colors of the Bahamas taped to my wall. So yeah. That was the end of my semester. I'm at home now. I'm trying to get a job. It has been very hard. All of my applications have gotten rejected, which is kind of sad. But I'm working on this podcast. I'm working on my blog. I'm working on my YouTube channel. I'm working on a couple of projects for the next year, hinting at clothing. It's just been weird, really. This whole season has just been kind of weird. But God has been faithful through it all, and He continues to be faithful. I don't know where I would be if He had not intervened this semester. I probably would be in a hospital somewhere. I would probably not be alive right now. And I know I sound like I'm joking, but I'm really not. This semester was the hardest semester, and this year has been the hardest year, but I feel like it's also been the most fulfilling year, oddly enough. And tis the season for Spotify Wrapped, and so I just want to thank you guys. Hopefully this is the last time this episode doesn't get interrupted. But I just want to thank you guys so much for listening and supporting and sharing the podcast with your friends and family. It really does mean a lot to me, and it really just helps to get the name of Jesus out into the world. And there's no better way to do it than to just talk about Him and talk about life and stuff. So, yep. I think I will leave it there so we don't get interrupted anymore. Do not forget, I love you guys. And have a great week. And next 2 weeks. Goodbye. Hello, friends. It is time once again for your favorite segment of this podcast, called Songs of the BiWeek, where I, Noelle Janae, give you, the listeners, a couple of song suggestions. This week, we got a couple of good ones, folks. It is now the Christmas season, so I am including my favorite Christmas song of this season, O Come, Emmanuel, by My Kings. Ironically, it's in their name, For King and Country, featuring Need to Breathe Now. Let me tell you all the other song and then we'll get into the descriptions. And the second song is Heartstrings by my boy, my friend, Colin Matchack. Let me tell you why I love these so much. O Come, Emmanuel, first of all, is one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time. I just love it so much. I love the lyrics. I love the fact that it's in a minor key. I just love it. But the flavor that For King and Country put in this song, wow. Kings, literally. And then they added Need to Breathe, which is one of my favorite groups, Christian groups of all time. And the excellence just erupted. I mean, I cry every time I listen to this song because it's so good. And just their whole new Christmas album is just so good. So, would recommend. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Actually, you know what? 11 out of 10. Would completely recommend. Okay? Love them. And then Heartstrings. Heartstrings is also one that makes me cry. And I love it so much. It's very kind of laid back, and it has a lot of acoustic, and Colin's voice just shines, and he's a fantastic lyricist. If you haven't checked out his music before, please go check it out, okay? I love it so much. I love him so much. So yeah, please go check both of those songs out. And I will see you guys in the next little segment of Songs of the BiWeek. Be blessed and highly flavored. Amen. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. If you liked it, then give us a review on Apple Podcasts and subscribe to the podcast on wherever you listen to, and share it with your friends and family so it can spread around and more people can listen to a 19-year-old sophomore college student rant about things. If you want to, you can follow us on Instagram at TimeNoelPod. Check out the blog, check out the small business, check out all the links and stuff, and don't forget to save or add the Songs of the BiWeek playlist on Apple Music and Spotify. And next time I will be talking about something. Not really sure what, but something. I hope you guys have a blessed and highly flavored day, and a blessed and highly flavored 2 weeks, and I will catch you in the next one. Goodbye.